Hello English learners and welcome to Go English 24. Today we are talking about jobs and work. A lot of people try to actually speak about their job. When you're talking about your job or you're talking about your work, you are discussing about the field of your work. You're talking about your profession, your position, and related vocabulary about work. Now first, talking about work. We have some questions, basic questions. There are some basic questions someone would ask about your work or about your job. First question you might hear is, what do you do for living? What do you do for living? Simply asking, what is your job? And another question is, what is your job? Meaning, what do you do? Now, a lot of people have some different expressions that can actually help you to speak and boost your speaking. Now, here we have, what do you do for living? What do you do? And what is your job? All this means, what is your work? What is your position? What's your position is asking about your position in the company. Your position in the company. Asking about what do you do there. The same for asking what's your position. If you want to ask somebody what do they do in that company, you may ask that question. What is your position? Now, what's your position means what do you do there. Also, there is another question very similar, which is, what is your line of business? What is your line of business is that asking about what is your company offer, or what do you offer. Now, if somebody asked you a question and you said to him, I work in a company, then we'll ask you another question, what is your line of business? When somebody asks you what is your line of business, they would like to know, what do you offer? Let's check some answers. I am an engineer. If somebody asked you all these questions, you will definitely say, I am an engineer. I am an engineer. I am an engineer. That means your job is an engineer, and that's how you definitely, or what do you do for living? I work with, or I work for, I work in, or I work at. These are all having the same meaning, but then differently people use them. Now, if you said I work in, let me say I work in Aramco, for example, I work at Aramco, there is no any difference. So you can say I work at Aramco or I work in Aramco, meaning that you are actually working inside that company and you are having a position there, or you are acting a position in that company. I work in Aramco, or I work at Aramco. I work with, now it's a little different. I work with. Now, you work with Aramco, it's the same meaning for I work in or at Aramco, but the slight difference is that when you say I work with, you can use this preposition to indicate partnership with Aramco. Now that you are a partner to Aramco, so together you and Aramco having partnership in doing business. So you say, I work with Aramco. I work for Aramco, that means you are an agent for Aramco. So you can say, I work for Aramco company, or I work for whatever company that you are talking to. So if you can say that, somebody asks you a question, what do you do? Say, I am an engineer. Now, I work for Aramco. I work in Aramco. I work at Aramco, or I work with Aramco. I am the CEO. I am the CEO. Means you are the manager. You are the one who is in charge. You are the one who is managing the company, or you are the one who is heading the company. So you are leading that company, or you are administering that company. So you are an administrator. Definitely the manager, or the the supreme manager of the company. Then you say, I am the CEO of that company. Now, I work as, or I work as an engineer, for example. So you can say, I am an engineer, or I work as an engineer. I am a doctor, or I work as a doctor. Different ways to express yourself when talking about job. It's very easy and simple, actually. Additional questions might be asked. Now, do you like your job? Now, this is talking about fun, definitely. Some people are working, but they don't like their job. They are not interested in what they are doing. It's just they are doing it because it is their job. And now, do you like your job? Do you like your job? Or do you like being a doctor? Now, the other one is that how long have you been doing this? Or how long have you been working as an engineer, for example? So if you said, I am an engineer, or I am a CEO, you might be asked another question of how long have you been working as a CEO or as an engineer?